Hey guys, it's Ben here from the Pride of Villa and some breaking news. Philippe Coutinho has joined Aston Villa. The Brazilian midfielder joins Aston Villa on an 18-month loan from FC Barcelona. There is currently no real news on whether there is an option to buy. However, Philippe Coutinho will be joining Aston Villa in the January transfer window to play his part in the Claret and Blue team for the 2022 to 2023 season, as well as the 2021 to 2022 season. And one interesting signing, a very, very huge signing from Steven Gerrard and Aston Villa. Perhaps something more of a statement to a lot of the teams that Aston Villa are in the position to push for a high finish this season. And who else would bring that statement signing than someone like Philippe Coutinho? You know, someone that went from Liverpool to Barcelona for over 100 million. Sadly hasn't lived up to much of the hype over in Spain. Had to go out on loan, obviously, to Bayern Munich, where he'd end up winning the Champions League and scoring against Barcelona in that awful 8-2 semi-final game. And ultimately, he's not really going to get much more playing time, or if any playing time anymore, at Barcelona now, with Xavi looking to put into Ferran Torres and some other players that he's trying to bring into the club. But in terms of what Villa are getting here, it's a very interesting player that's been brought in. Obviously, the quality that Coutinho brings, it's something that you don't expect Villa to sign. You don't expect to sign someone like this with such a high price tag and such high expectation. But Steven Gerrard's managed to pull it off. The Liverpool links, he's got their connections, and this is clearly the sign that he's demanded to bring in, because it's obviously the first signing that he's brought in, not only for Aston Villa, but also in this window. So it's quite interesting indeed. Obviously, Philippe Coutinho, then he's played 427 games, 201 at Liverpool, 106 at Barcelona, 101 goals, 75 assists. You know, someone who naturally likes to play in the midfield, especially more of a number 10. Quite interesting stats to see there. You know, perhaps not someone that's more so going to be scoring a load of goals, but it's someone that's going to be contributing a lot in the creation of goals, someone that's going to be driving that team forward, and obviously now and again probably getting himself in for a goal or assist himself. He's going to go forward, and he's going to really try and help push that team forward going ahead there. And surprisingly, no red cards. No straight red cards. He's had 3 yellow to reds, but nothing really to show that he's quite an intensive and aggressive footballer. Obviously, Copa de America winner with Brazil, Champions League winner, La Liga winner. This guy has experience, plays at Liverpool as well at the top level. As I said, got sold for 100 million. There is a lot of quality here that is being brought in. Steven Gerrard's clearly looked at that midfield and said, you know, creatively, there's not enough going for me. Yes, I've got McGinn. Yes, I've got Jacob Ramsey. You know, I'm missing the Canberra, so I'm having to play Douglas Luiz, and I'll look at my other options and I'm not seeing much more else there. Or perhaps he's going to be saying, you know, Watkins, who's sometimes been playing out on the left, and Buendia up front as well on the wide right. Perhaps he's saying, you know, when we've got Watkins back in, I need somebody out wide who can fill that role. You know, Bailey's still injured. Trezeguet, El Ghazi and Traore are not really of the quality that he wants, and so how about some games he could switch it up and say, you know what, Coutinho, I want you to go out wide, play on that left and show me what he can do, which he can do. He's been a bit familiar playing those positions there. Obviously, he's been playing there alongside Messi and Griezmann when he was a season or two ago now. It's a very, very risky signing, I think, for the money that we're having to pay for him. Obviously, it's an 18-month loan, so when his contract does run up, ultimately, we're not paying for him to stay at the club. I know the club wanted to buy a 6-month loan deal for Barcelona, about haggling for a buy-on price because they wanted to get rid of him. They wanted to free up that wage bill so they could go and register new players like Torres. But ultimately, Villa have managed to sit on an 18-month loan. So there is a lot of time to work with him. He's obviously going to be here then for this season, the rest of this season, and then next season. So he's going to get to work with some new players as well that will be coming in, hopefully in this window and in the summer window. But it's what he brings, you know, experience in that midfield. He's played at the big level, and he's going to be bringing that to an Aston Villa team that perhaps doesn't really have the best of confidence right now after beating the alarm's going off. After being beaten by a Brentford team that are really struggling in form, but managing to get turnover there. He's going to bring the creativity in the midfield and drive us forward when our options aren't really providing us. It's a bit of a kind of someone that we look up towards and say, this is the guy that we want bringing us forward as a team, because of what he brings. Clever footwork, the ability to seek out those key passes. Sometimes he's going to be shooting from outside the box and making those great contributions to the team. The fact that he's somebody that clearly can, although it's 101 to 427 games, he can clearly find the back of the net. So there's nothing from, contributing goals from not only off front forward players, but from midfield as well, really bringing that whole team involvement. And overall, this is just essentially building the spine of the team, building us something that we can establish upon and really build us a solid foundation. And I think if it works well and you give him that 18 months, you can say, you know what, I'd like to push forward with him. I think he can still contribute something. So at 29, there's still a bit more time to work with Coutinho. But then at the same time, it's a huge risk. The money we're having to pay for him, the player that hasn't been the same since leaving Liverpool. It's a real interesting one to see how this is going to pan out, but one I am incredibly excited for, because simply put, as a name, Coutinho is huge, and it is a statement signing by Gerrard. He's telling the big boys, he's telling the teams around the top 8, you better watch out for Aston Villa, because if we're paying the big money, you better expect something that's going to give you the big money. And let's hope Philippe Coutinho can deliver that for us at Aston Villa. So make of that what you will. Philippe Coutinho at Aston Villa then. Tell us in the comments down below what you think of this move. Do you think he's going to be a success? Where do you think he's going to play? Is he going to play that number 10 role and perhaps take over from McGinn or Jacob Ramsey? Is he going to sometimes go out wide and join up with Watkins and Wendy up there? Do you think we're still going to bring in another winger? What position do you think he's going to go next? I think he's going for left back, because apparently we've made some contact over with Aaron Hickey of Bologna. So it'd be nice and interesting to see that. Obviously, Tagliafico has been mentioned. Lucas Digne is in the market. A lot of, Steven Gerrard's going to match what he says with some exciting signings. This is definitely a really good start for Villa. And I think ultimately it's a big gamble, but it's one that I think we're really going to see pay off. So leave in the comments down below. And without further ado, we'll see you in the Villa shirt, Coutinho. I've been Ben, up the Villa with the pride of Villa. We'll see you for the next transfer, boys.